Happy Sunday, friends. Today it's a weird thing. So I always volunteer to write blogs for United Way. I want to be a part of the voice, the message. I want to share the message. I want to integrate the things that I do every day into the message. And I often think about how I can speak to the masses and share more of what I'm doing. And so every couple of months, when I think about it, when I get a spare minute, when I really, really have something to say, well, I always have something to say, but when I really want to pour into the community like they have poured into me, I reach out to my friend Chad Parker, who is the director of communications at United Way. And I ask with as much generosity and patience um, as I do with my donors, may I please submit a blog this month. And the funny thing is I always ask like weeks in advance. Chad is very diligent about giving me a deadline, and I set my calendars, and I always say I'm going to write it like 5 days ahead so that I can review it. And I don't. I press it to the very last moment, right? I don't write it in the moment that I ask, but I press it to the very last moment. So if he tells me May 26th, then I'm getting it to him May 26th at midnight. I want to make sure that when I get it to him, I've thought about it. I've thought about it, and I've thought about it, and I've thought about it, and I just wait until I move to say something, right? So same thing here. I kind of chuckle at myself, like you make this amazing pressure, like you're under the deadline, instead of just really, writing in the moment that I ask, may I, or even having it ready and sending it to him. But I realized today that that is like the sun that is beaming down on me, and I can't get enough of. It's what gets it. It's so weird, but it's what gets my United Way passion like caramel on the frying pan. You know, when they first start making it, you apply the heat to it, and slowly this bulk of greatness turns into a very liquidy form while still thick, that if you keep stirring it, but grandmama says you can't stop stirring it, but if you keep stirring it, it softens and it gets more like a liquid consistency, and it's more thorough, and it's easier to push through. And that's kind of why I wait to the last minute with the blog for Chad, because I want what is within me is like this power that's hard, like caramel, but still sweet. But when I give it to the world, I want it to be this creative consistency that's slowly churned over a long period of time, waiting for just the right moment to serve it up to the people that you care about. Because if you're doing homemade caramel, then you really care about the people that you're doing that for. So it was really amazing to figure that out today, but also to know that my blog is about the love of community. It's about, you guys probably have too much sun that way, but it's about how people just come together. I thought I was writing about the end of the campaign, because, we start our campaign August 1st, and we take it to June 30th of the next year, and we run and we race and we make friends, and we support events, and we share with our friends, and we go out to our companies and we share more with our friends. And around May, it just gets to the point where it's like a race that you've run for so very long that you almost could give up, yet you look up into your community and you hear the cries and you hear the need, and you're invigorated. Or you go to amazing events like United Way AAP's leadership luncheon, or leading a life of purpose, and you are filled up by your community who stands for something just like you and reminds you that you are doing exactly what you're supposed to. But I thought that that's what I was writing my blog about, and I am, because it's filled me up, but it's actually prepared me to come home. Now, Atlanta's my home. I've been there 7 years. I pay taxes. I work hard. So Atlanta is I drive in the traffic successfully. So Atlanta is my home. I claim it. But St. Louis is always going to be my home, where I was born and bred. And I think that work, it prepared me to come home for many of reasons. I'm sure many of you are on social with me, so you've followed the benefit concert that happened on Friday as the St. Louis community gathered together to support Nicole Stevenson in her fight against cancer, and her fight to win. And I created a GoFundMe. I saw it on Instagram. I have a passion for everyone that's fighting through cancer. I have a passion for my community. I have a passion for St. Louis. These are the streets that we've run and we've built, and our money and our heart and our soul and our entrepreneur energy and our dreams, they're all a part of the fiber that makes up this city. And I love the way that we are so big but yet so close that when someone calls out for help, we're there. And I think the work that I do, it prepares me to leap out. It probably scares people, but to call people up and say, hey, this is what I do. I get in front of people and I tell the story, and I ask them to be an advocate for what I am talking about. I ask them to join in the cause. I ask them to give their highest consideration to giving whatever I'm talking about. And I have a tendency to call up strangers and say, I want to do this for you. I want to do this for you because I do it with my community every single day. And if I could do it all day long, right? If I could tell you all day long what's happening in your community and where people need your support, I would. I do. I try. But I realize when I call people up and I'm like, hi, you don't know me, but this is what I want to do. I think that everything that I do at United Way, it prepares me for things like this, and I feel grateful because it helps me to be that person that doesn't mind asking, because I can tell you exactly why you want to invest in this, and it's amazing. But none of this would have happened if I hadn't been parading around town, celebrating in Atlanta, celebrating the child well-being message, and reminding people of why we're doing what we're doing, why we're working so hard annually to raise money, to ask them for their gifts, their donations, their time, their treasure, because we literally want to change the world. We want to help people where they ache and heal them where they hurt. And we don't want to just give them a handout. We want to give them a hand up. And we want to create a world that all people do well, that all children are thriving. Not living, but thriving. 1 in 9 people worldwide is hungry. What we do is so important to minimizing those statistics that make us pause. And so I'm really, really grateful in this moment to have come home and be able to share that with my community, but more so to be filled by my community, strengthened by the art of their giving and their service, to the point that I can walk into, my mom's in a rehab right now for getting better. But as I walk through the halls and I see all of the residents, the patients, everyone there, I wonder what their story is. I wonder if their community is coming out for them. I wonder if people are coming to talk to them and tell them how important they are and empower them with success. I wonder if the community is coming together just like they did for Nicole on Friday. It was amazing. There's still great humans in this world, and I get the gift of talking to them. I think of getting emotional, but I get the gift of talking to them constantly. So when people ask me, How in the world do you run a business and you work full-time and a full-time plus career? Because we never turn United Way off. We never turn child well-being off. It's what we live. It's why we live. It's our why. So, but I explained to them that it's like going to the gym every day, but for your soul. It's strengthening the muscles that you need so that you can build a community where your friends, your family, your strangers, your coworkers, everyone can live in an atmosphere where they all have a chance. Which is why when I go into the rehab where I'm sitting outside of now, and I love that all the people that are visiting are like waving at me. I think they think I'm a celebrity or something, or either they just like the video. But either way, I just want everyone to have a chance. And I want everyone to know what love feels like. I want everyone to know what it feels like for a community to get behind them, because that's what living is. That's what love is. It's what family is. It's what we're fighting for. It's not, we don't want you to empty your pockets and wonder where your dollars go. And if you ever wonder where your dollars go, we have tons of opportunities for you to come work with us, for you to be in your community giving back and seeing why we work so hard at what we do. I love the fact that when I call my colleagues, my coworkers like Chad, even though they are super busy, if it's something to lend a hand, like Hannah with our social media, if it's something that will move the needle further, like Sherry with our events, if it's something that will tell the story, like the help that we get from all of the awesome United Way VIP, thank you, Janice, for all that you do, people will stop what they're doing to help you move forward while they have a schedule that's so packed because our community doesn't stop needing us. Our business doesn't stop, right? Coming home reminded me of how amazing what we do is, and how amazing community is, and how powerful we are when we come together. And I'm so excited to write to you, to share with you more about my United Way journey, more about what that really means. What is a development officer? What companies am I going to? Why is May and June, where our Silence the Growl initiative happens, so important to me? Why am I helping to get the word out with Kellogg's? Because world hunger must stop. Hashtag 3 billion better days. Because just like coming home and saying, everyone come together, community it's everything. It's all we have. It's all we have when it's all we have. So I just want to remind you today that be of service, share your light, tell your story, help someone, and if nothing else, just say hello. Maybe hello and thank you. I appreciate your time listening to me. It's been an incredible day of reflection and sunshine and rest. And I'm excited to continue my journey with United Way in Atlanta, my family, and with my community here in St. Louis, my family. It's been incredible, guys. Thanks for your time. Have a great day and happy holidays. Bye-bye.